But the way you presented the film and the storyline was so amazing and so different from the kind of films that were being made in that era. You know, like the most prominent thing that I would say of Sholay was that you brought every character to life. When people think of Sholay, they definitely think of you as well, but they think of not just the protagonist, they think of all the characters, from Kalia to Mosby to even the horse, the Basanti. They remember everything. So you brought so much of life to each and every character, whether they were doing the leading role or the side role, but everybody had a prominence present in that film. How did you manage that?
I think I was lucky that from the idea we began with, it turned out to be a very good script. And with that script, while scripting, had a lot of these actors in mind. And very fortunately, all of them agreed to come in. It's very difficult for such a big, so many different actors to come in, big actors. Otherwise, they'll worry what will happen.
Was Amitabh Bachchan ji relatively new during that time, or was he?
He had just started to come up. His film Zanjeer was released after he signed with us for Sholay.
So you got him cheap.
I made up for it for the next film. He said, okay, you got me cheap there, now what are you going to give me here? Okay, so much. It was agreed. But I'll have to say one thing at this moment, that Nepal is lucky, it's got Dharmendra and Amitabh Bachchan both in one. From what I've heard, it has to be that. You're two in one. Two superstars in one.
2 in 1 equals to almost nothing, you know. It's an abstract form.
But
nevertheless, thank you so much. But then tell us more about Sholay. It's such a magnum opus of yours. And how did you do the characterization? How did you come up with the story line?
As I said, I was very lucky to have Salim Javed, who came to me towards the end of the making of Andaz. Halfway through, they joined me, and then Sita or Gita, they wrote Sita or Gita. And then, as far as Sholay was concerned, we worked on the script, but believe me, it's very...
Did you give Salim Javed ji an idea to work upon?
They had an idea, one-line idea.
Oh, they had it themselves?
Yes,
Okay.
and it was with somebody else who didn't want to make it, Manmohan Desai, I think. He said, this is not my kind of film, so he passed it, passed by, gave a pass to it, so you could take it, and they narrated these 2 lines of an army officer with 2 cadets, and he calls them for his. So I think I was lucky that I had these 2 wonderful writers with me, and we were able to bring together a script which had all these elements in it, and all of us are always inspired by good cinema.
When they were writing, did you tell them that you wanted a Western kind of style to it?
Yes, absolutely.
You told them that?
Yes.
Did you give them any references?
Yes, all these that I told you about, Butch Cassidy, like these 2 are like the Butch Cassidy and Sundance Kid, and one of them dies at the end. If you remember Butch Cassidy also.
That was Paul Newman and Robert.
That's right. So that's how it developed, and it developed well, and all the pieces started falling together, the actors coming in, And then, as I said, I was very keen that I go to a different location. My art director took me down south and near Bangalore, about 50 kilometers away from Bangalore was this, all these rocks. The moment I saw them, I said, this is it. The den would be here and the village would be just close by somewhere, and this is where it could all take place. And then we built a village there.
So how long did the homework take place before you actually started shooting?
About 6 months between the idea and the thought coming, and we got everyone together, and by the coincidentally the film started on the 2nd of October. Gandhiji's
somewhere in 1974 or 75, 73?
73 December, October 2nd.
And then you had such prominent actors in that film. How difficult was it to coordinate them? I mean, how does it work in Indian cinema when you have so many prominent actors and actresses in your set? How does the coordination work? Is it a difficult task?
I think because there were well-defined roles, so there was no real fear that everyone knew. Because if you remember the climax of Sholay, one thing leads to the other, and each actor gets to play his part in such a way that if Dharamji, when he moves away for a short while and Amitabh takes the bullets. So he dies and then he vows vengeance and he drives and he does the climax of killing all of them right down to when Sanjeev Kumar comes and says, "No, this is mine. Gabbar is mine. You leave Gabbar to me because that was why I called you for this." So it all fell in such a way that everyone had his piece and everyone was satisfied with what he was doing.
It all felt justified.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, no doubt as a maker, you were a maverick when you were making Sholay, but over the years, how does it feel? I mean, if I may ask you this, that people usually remember the performance and the performers more than the maker and the director. Do you see a quiet injustice in there? Like, when you talk about Sholay, they remember Gabbar Singh, maybe Viru, and what's the other guy's name? Jay and Viru and Hema Malini and this.
Surma Bhopali and...
And over the line, somehow the maker gets sort of like, it's shattered. Do you see a kind of a quiet injustice in there as a maker?
Well, yes and no, because yes, the credit, but it's very natural as far as an audience is concerned to identify with the actor, because that's who the story is being told through. So they become real life and they become the real characters. So for them, that is the first thing that hits them. The people behind the scene, yes, okay, but there have been chaos of Mughal-e-Azam in one film, and he's remembered as a, and of course Mehboob Khan, which is Mother India, and so there are a few.
You have left, no doubt, an indelible mark in the cinema. You will always be remembered. But I was just taking this out because most of the time when you have big stars and the movie is successful, they remember it as the star's film rather than the maker's film.
True.
Whereas initially the project is the maker's baby. Actually, that's where it starts.
I guess I'm happy that you're asking me this question because you're the star and I'm the director. And actually, if you do a film